Just download them. Oh.
Okay, so we're live now. Sorry, everybody, for being late. I was still learning stuff on here because I had to go back in and delete a lot of the videos that's on StreamYard. And so now we're back on. So let's see, before we start talking, let's see. Oh, hey, Kelly, welcome in. And okay, so the rest of them is
Welcome in,
us.
Kelly.
Okay, so Drew, you want to introduce yourself?
Welcome in, William. He's watching upstairs.
Oh, hey, William. Hey,
Yeah,
Carrie.
sure.
Hi, Will.
Hi, Carrie. Carrie's in as well. Oh, too cool for Banshee's
cool
here.
for
We better
Banshees.
welcome in. They're all coming in now.
Kelly, sweetheart. Kelly, sweetheart.
All right. So they're coming in. It shows we have
Kelly.
All righty.
We've got a lot of Sherrys, Chrissys, and a lot of Kellys and Kerrys.
Yeah.
Oh, Sparkle, say hello.
She's agreeing.
So welcome in, everybody. For the ones that don't know me, my name is Drew. Okay, my name is Drew. My name is Andrina. I also have Athena, which is my witchy name. So you are actually welcome to call me anything. We've got a little saying here in Scotland, which is, call me anything, just don't call me out. So you are welcome to call me anything, guys, okay? I do a bit of paranormal, a bit of witchcraft, a bit of divination, which we'll talk about tonight, the different forms of it as well. So a mishmash. And I'm also going to be doing a little bit of cooking. So come on over and see me make a mess of that.
Okay, Sherry, our guest.
So I'm Sherry Willow Red Wolf. I'm an investigator, a witch. I do divination, do all things strange and unknown, do whatever on my channel. You can follow and see anything on my channel, guys. Just go with the flow. So yeah, easy channel to come over and watch, really easy to get on with. Don't forget to give us likes, and it's good to be here.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, and hello, everybody, for coming in. That's coming in now, coming in later, and coming in for any reruns or re-watches. I'm Mystical Love and Light, which I am also a paranormal investigator. I consider myself a spiritual being, which all things I do pertains to spiritual. And I'm watching Drew's face and Sherry's face. And because I already know what they're thinking, they call themselves a witch. I call myself a spiritual being, but we all do the same thing. And
she laughs like a witch. Come on. She's a witch.
Oh, you just did that too good, Sherry. And so I do a lot of stuff that I have like on Etsy. I show people how to make oils and powders for workings, things like that. If you don't feel that you even want to make them and you want to do a working and you want to purchase them, hey Kaylee.
Hey Kaylee.
Oh, before I finish anything, okay, let me finish this first. I get sidetracked real easy. Okay, and then so if you don't feel that you don't want to make them yourself and you want to purchase them, you can purchase them from me. Right now, certain items I can only sell in the States, not international, but also also Drew is if I can't ship something out that you need, I'll get together with Drew and I will explain to her how to make it, everything. If she doesn't already know, you can purchase it directly from her and she'll get the funds herself, and vice versa. If somebody needs something and they're over here, then I can sell it to them here. Also too, I wanted to do a shout out To well, Phoenix isn't in here yet that I can see for because she's a member.
Not yet. She'll be
Kaylee,
here.
Hey,
yeah,
Diane.
and shout out to Kaylee because she's one of my members, and to Drew because she is one of my members. So shout out to all of my members. And if you want to,
You're
you
very
can. If
welcome.
you haven't already subscribed and you want to be a member, please do. You can be a member on Drew's channel also. Does Sherry have membership on hers yet, or no? I know sometimes she doesn't really
Sherry used to have
want to.
memberships, guys. She has monetized and things, but she prefers not to turn it on. But she has got membership and things that
Okay,
she can
but she
turn on
takes
if she
like
wants.
Patreon. She takes
Yeah,
like
Yeah, she
Patreon
does
and
pay
stuff
yeah,
like that.
Patreon. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, so I wanted to do that shout out thing because I'm all excited because I just got to where I can do that since I'm like at
It's
the
a big deal,
basic.
though.
Yeah, so I'm at the basics. I wanted to do that. That's why I got sidetracked on. I wanted to say that, but I didn't want to forget. Okay, so today is divination, and it was Drew's idea for us to do the divination today to go over some things, explain things, things like that. So I'll let Drew start off on talking about it. Oh, hey, Diane.
Yeah.
Welcome in.
Hey, hey.
What I wanted to do was, guys, I wanted to explain a little bit about divination in general. Divination is typically communicating with spirits.
Oh,
That is what it is.
Phoenix,
It's
shout out.
communicating with
Wait, shout out to Phoenix.
Phoenix is
Shout
in.
out to
Yay!
Phoenix.
Hello,
Shout out to you,
Phoenixie.
Phoenix, for being a member.
Welcome in, Diane, as
Okay.
well.
Sorry, Drew.
That's okay, don't worry about it. I'm the worst for interrupting. Yeah, so divination in general, I wanted to sit and talk a little bit about it. You've got divination for a whole range of things. Divination tends to be your tarot readings and things, which a lot of us will do divination for ourselves, such as your tarot readings, your oracle. Maybe a lot of us do the pendulum and things as well. That's the general ones. But there's also a lot more than that. I mean, I'll talk about what I use in divination, then I'll let the ladies say what they like. Me, I prefer the pendulum. Whenever I'm communicating with my guides, my spirits around me, I prefer the pendulum. The reason I prefer the pendulum is it's quick, it's direct, and it's straight to the point. If you've got a list of questions that you want to ask your guides, the divine, spirits, any form of any being on the other side, I tell you to do this. Write down your questions that you want. Get your favourite pendulum out, give it a cleanse. And you can even cleanse it going over the top of a crystal or something. Just make sure that it is aligned to you and your being. And then use that as your questions. Use that. Write your questions down. Get that straight in your head. And then usually, if you know your pendulum, you can always tell when it's you that's moving it, or the divine or the spirits, whatever one you're communicating with. So I prefer the pendulum for that reason. And I also use the pendulum to cross over the spirits, which Christina taught us to do. Basically, your pendulum can open a portal. So if you are with your pendulum, and even if your pendulum, if you hold it and it starts to go itself, that could be an indication that there is a portal there. I always forget what it means if it goes left or right. So the way I remember it is I always say, if the spirits are here and you want to come in, go to the right. If the spirits are here and they want to leave, go to the left. And that is an indication to me when a portal is open and a portal is closed. Most of the time, your spirits, if you've got good guides, your spirits, your guides, whoever it is you choose to work with, they will align to what you want the pendulum to do. Even if you say to the pendulum, first of all, can you give me your yes answer? Can you give me your no answer? And even I've got one over there, it's a little board, but I'll get it, guys. And even one of these, I'll bring my this pendulum today. Let's bring this one. Even one of these, guys, if you get one of these, and you can make these yourself, you don't have to get it, buy it. Pick it on a piece of paper, and it says no, no, yes, yes, rephrase, try again, will not answer, and maybe. And if you do that and get your questions already set out, I think your guides actually look over your shoulder to read them before you do it. If you do that, then your chances are that you'll get a lot of good communication with the pendulum. So I prefer the pendulum for that when I'm directly talking to my ancestors, my spirit guides, any spirits around me. I like the pendulum. I also like the tarot cards. The reason I like the tarot cards are is because they go deep and you can get a lot more answers out of them. Oracle as well. I like the Oracle. It depends on what Oracle cards though. The favourite that I've got that people like is the postcard for spirit. That seems to be everybody's go-to in my area. The postcard for spirit and the sacred destiny. Sacred destiny is a good one as well for to go a little bit deep. So they're my favourite divination tools. But also, you've got a treat today at the end of the show because I'm going to try the teacup and I've never tried it before, so this will be interesting. So we'll give
I'm
that a
gonna
little
let you
go.
do that.
Yeah, I'll be I've got it cooling down just now. I made some hibiscus tea, but it's really hot. So we'll let that cool down and we'll see where we go with that. But that's my kind of favourites for right now, but they will change probably. I like the divination rods if I'm out investigating. And the reason I like them is because they point to things. So you can say to your spirit, okay, spirit, can you show me where you are? And the divination rods will kind of go to where they are. So I like them for that. So they're my kind of three favourite divination tools: the pendulum, your cards, and then your divination rods. So what's your favourites, ladies, and what for?
Sherry, I'll let you go next.
Oh, well, my first one would be myself.
Mm,
Okay,
good one.
definitely, because I have a lot of what I use in objects to you guys so that you can understand it. I get through myself.
Welcome,
So
Anna.
my first would
Welcome,
be
Anna.
myself, being open, being able to connect, being able to do all the things that I would use in these tools and stuff, but doing it through myself instead. I would say my next one would be like spirit cards and tarot cards, any types of decks I'm into. I'm really connected to them. And then I guess my third one is joint, and that is the pendulum and the dowsing rods. I really do love to use the dowsing rods. They work really well for me, the same as my pendulum. Like Sister Drew said, you can go out and buy a mat, or you can write the stuff down. I always just put it on a bit of paper with like different phrases of what they might be and whatever, and that they'll communicate that way. Um, there's a lot of
Yeah.
divination tools that I'm really into, but they would be my most favorite. You've got things like you've got your crystals that you can read. You've got crystal balls, which I have as well. There's quite a few different
Mm,
things, but yeah, my cards, my dowsing rod, and my pendulum are my favourite, and obviously myself because I think I'm the best tool of all of my my
yeah.
kit.
True, I never thought of that one. Yourself.
Yeah,
Anna is in the chat, guys. Anna is new to our stream, so please
hello
make her
Anna.
welcome. She was in my home
Welcome.
today for a tarot reading, so do you want to know the best of it, Sister Sherry? This is the God's honest truth. I gave her an oracle card after a tarot card reading, and I used the sacred destiny. You see, when I
Yeah,
was shuffling them, guys, this is you know me how when I do my cards. So I shuffled them, and I was ready to pull her a card. And when I was pulling her a card off, I lifted two by mistake. And when I kept trying to separate it, it wouldn't let me separate. So I picked it up and I looked at it, and I think it was a swan.
yeah,
But the question that Anna wanted to know was she going to be a grand? Could I see any kids in her future? So the bird looked like a stork. So we were so amazed at it. And look what she's saying in the chat, ladies. Andrina, your oracle card was spot on. She's going to be a granny,
yeah.
guys. She's going to be a granny.
She's awesome. Drew's very good with her card readings and stuff, and she's
So I
always
was
on point.
amazed.
And that
But
is
it
really good.
shows.
And she's
Yeah.
going to be a grandparent, are you?
Yeah.
That is
Oh,
So
absolutely amazing as
wow.
well. So
that was
very,
great.
very
So
on
I thought
point.
that was amazing. So
So
welcome to the
Congratulations.
cool.
chat, Anna.
Yes, welcome. And Drew has done some readings for me too, like on the channels and stuff, and she's always spot on. Sherry has done some amazing ones also that she did for my husband when we were doing like
Oh
paranormal
yeah.
stuff, and she came out with some good stuff.
We intend to
So,
not big ourselves up. We big up the other ones, and hopefully something just flies in on top of our head.
We don't like giving ourselves big
Yeah,
hurts.
no.
Welcome in,
But yeah,
Banshee.
we're all
That's
very
okay,
good on it.
Banshee.
We're all
You
very good
relax,
card
sis.
readers. We're all
yeah.
very good card readers
Yeah.
in our
Right.
own way.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do
Yep.
you want to know what it is, guys? especially me, and I know Sister Sherry's like this as well. We struggled with our confidence so much, kind of growing up, teenage years, and then adulthood and things. And I
Get
think
them.
when you get little
Go.
compliments for the last, what, 5 year that we've been streaming, I think the little compliments that you guys give us, the encouragement you guys give us, that helps us to recognize our gifts and things. Because as you know, when I first started, I wouldn't even go live unless I had somebody with me. And I certainly wasn't going to read tarot online. It took me about, what, maybe 2 years to do it. So it's as a process. But I'm still not at the stage yet where I can say I'm confident in something. I don't like to say, okay, I'm brilliant at that, or oh, I'm good at that. I just feel I don't like saying those words about myself. I would
Yeah,
rather
just
say,
leave it
okay, I'm
up to us
standing.
and we'll say you're brilliant for you. Okay?
That's what I was
I
saying.
would
We're
rather
not going to big
say,
ourselves up, but we'll let everybody else do
yeah.
that for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would rather just
Yeah.
say, okay, I'm getting used to that now. I'm good at it. Instead of saying I'm good
Yeah.
at this.
Yeah.
But what's your
Well,
favourite divination sister?
well, I have different things that I do. First is the pendulum, and sometimes I call it pendulum, sometimes I call it pendulum. It just depends on what flies out of my mouth at the time. So I do this. Now I have a whole lot of charts, different charts with colors and numbers and names and everything. But I had because the most of the one that I do, like on Etsy, I'll do the yes no. So I had Lee make this for me. And,
All right,
so
that's
it's
nice. That's
the
a slab.
yeah, it's
Right,
the
that's
Noah
nice.
crossing, the yes, up and
Right.
down. So I do those on Etsy. I also now when I do the pendulum too, I always have the selenite close by, and Phoenix even mentioned that. And I also will have a candle burning because if you're doing
Oh, yeah.
more than one person, you
Hey,
want
Kathy.
to have the candle burning and use the pendulum and use it over between each person that you're going to do to cleanse your pendulum with the flame from the candle. Okay, and then I like my um, oracle cards that I also do from Wisdom of the House of Night. So those are the oracle cards that I use there. So the first is the pendulum and then the oracle cards. And then I have the
Hey,
bone
Kathy.
throwing. I have those in here that I do. And so I keep my bones in here that I do the bone throwing. And those
That's
also
interesting.
too, yeah, and those also too, I can use them for yes, no. Um, and then I
Yeah.
have
Welcome
the
in, Kathy
osteo.
Gothic.
Oh,
Hello,
welcome,
ladies.
Kathy. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Gothic. And then I have the osteomancy that I keep in here. And the osteomancy, it pertains to a whole lot of different, let me set this somewhere. I have those in here for people that don't know. This is kind of like a reading, like a big overall reading if they want it to pertain, ask questions about their relationships, or if they want to ask questions about work or a job. So I have, and it's like two handfuls. So I'm just going to pull out a few of them. And so this is also a jawbone. It has some bones, but every different thing that I have in here, it represents something different, like the nail, um, a gear. So this
Bit like
whole,
charm readings.
yeah, and the whole bag is just like filled. Well, you can't see, but
Yeah.
hold on, filled with stuff. So,
Yeah. Little objects
uh,
of magic and message.
exactly, yes. And so I do that osteomancy. Also, that one just went flying. I'll get it in a minute. I don't. Oh, I see where it went. Okay, it went in another box. But I do those also on Etsy also. And so those are the different ones that I use. So it's like four main different ones. I used to do card readings, and I got away from it because I just didn't have time, with all these other things that I do. So
Yeah.
I kind of just took that one out of the equation and kind of just stuck to these four here. But the
So
bow throw and the
do
pendulum,
you have a lot of people ask for that then? Is a lot of people
yeah,
interested in it? Yeah?
yeah, I have them on. Yeah, I do those on Etsy, and
Yeah.
it's like when you put them on Etsy, what you do is they don't have to be present because I do it remotely. So
Right.
I film it, I video it, and then since it's an Etsy product, I have on there it's not an item to be shipped. So when I do it, I put it on my private YouTube section,
Right.
and then I send them the link through because Etsy has
All
to have
right. Yeah.
proof
So you
that you
unlist
did
it.
it.
Right.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
so I send it to them so that Etsy can see that it's done, and then I have a picture that I made, and it says like osteomancy reading completed, and then I'll send that in message. I'll send that picture in message, and then I'll get on the computer on Etsy, and I will put in there the product has been sent with no tracking number, and then that way they can see in the messages that it was actually sent. So I
Right.
leave that on my private on YouTube, the private setting, for just a few days, so they
Right.
can review it, watch it, and everything. And then after a few days, I'll delete it off. It will no longer be there. So that's
It's
how I
very
do the bone
interesting.
throw. Yeah, the bone throwing, the pendulum, and the osteomancy. That's how I do it on Etsy. Of course, if they want to order one from me, I mean, they can just contact me and through my
Yeah.
email, and I can do it that way, and they don't have to go through Etsy. But I do have it on there.
Kathy, it says she has never heard of them before. See, that's why we wanted to tell you a little bit about the different
Mhm.
divination tools, guys. And
Mhm.
remember, see when you turn your spirit box and things on when you're out investigating, that's also a form of divination.
It
Divination
is, yeah.
is typically you just
Mhm.
it's just a word to symbolise that you're communicating with the other side, really. But I didn't used to use my pendulum as much, but I think from Sister Christina taught us how to cross the spirits and things over with the pendulum, I've used it a lot more. But to me, I feel that the pendulum is like quite personal. I feel as if I was to use the pendulum for somebody else, I would need to use another pendulum because the pendulum I use to cross the spirits over, I feel is kind of special. So I
Mhm.
keep that in the box up there on my altar, and this one
That
here is
is
the
good.
amethyst one. I kind of use
Yeah.
that just for different people and things.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
that
interesting.
that is true. You want to use that one different. I have six different ones
Yeah,
depending
I have
on
different.
what they are. Yeah.
I
Now,
have
see
my
the
rose
way.
quartz.
Yeah. And then see the way the osteomancy works is like since you have like whole two handfuls, and you have um your cloth laid out, because I have them for different, like whether it's osteomancy or throwing bones, I have one for each one. And then when
Right,
you throw them, depending on how they land within a certain perimeter circle, some may be on top of each other. So even though one is for one thing, and if something else falls on top of it, then you have to take that into consideration, or if it's touching the side of it or what. So just the item itself continuously changes depending on how the other ones fall within that circle that's jointed to it.
That is an
it's
interesting
very
one.
interesting. I do apologise for my dog, guys. She likes to say
I
Oh,
don't
hello.
that's okay.
personally do the bone throwing, so I find it really fascinating to hear about it because
Me
it's not really
too.
something.
Yeah,
I'm aware of it. I know that it exists, but I can't say I've ever seen anyone do it before. None.
yeah,
Mhm.
I know.
Yeah.
It's really
Definitely.
cool.
I think that a lot of the other divination will start using. I think we'll start showing you a little bit more of different things. Tonight, when I do, I'm still waiting that cooling down, guys. But I'll read a bit about the teacup readings if you want. When we start doing like the lives, I think we'll start showing a little bit more divination and things. Once we get the Witchy 101 up and running a little bit more, we'll start getting in and doing divination with these. Tonight, we're wanting to sit and talk a bit about it because I'm going to add this to the playlist on the Witchy 101 probably at the end or something, or when we get to that part. And remember, guys, on Friday we are going to show you how to start connecting and things. So just before we go back on to the rest of today's show, I want you to know in Friday's show when you come in for the Witchy 101, try and have meditated before you come in at 11 o'clock because I want you to try and be open. So before we go live at 11 o'clock in the Witchy 101 on Friday night, I'll meditate. I will get to my sacred space. The ladies will probably do the same, but it's up to them. And then
Maybe
we'll
I can
see.
do a little live, sis. Maybe I
Yeah,
could
you
do a
could.
little live an hour or so before we do the thing, so that everyone's
That'd be
prepared for when we
perfect.
go on
That would be
and do that.
perfect, Sherry. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Because I was thinking, guys, that way we can all be a little bit open, and then that way it helps us to explain it to you more about how you kind of ground yourself, how you welcome in the energies. Now remember, also try. I know that a lot of you will not know about the protection and things because you're not ghost hunters. But remember, you can always bubble yourself. And I'm quite good at bubbling other people as well. I can sit and visualize me bubbling you. So if you're struggling with the bubbling, just let us know and we can try and bubble you for where we are. But it's important that you try and get to your headspace before we do the live on Friday night. I just wanted to throw that in there. So,
Okay, so
so what's
Kaylee,
Kayla saying?
heck, yeah, she said, okay, I've been trying to communicate with spirits lately a lot and play a Ouija board, but my energy is not enough to play myself. It only moves when there's two people moving with it. Any ideas, people?
Mm. Me personally, I don't use the Ouija board. I have tried, Kayla. I tried a way back when I was first trying to communicate with the spirits. And it is actually on my channel. I'll share it with you. When you notice when I'm sitting doing the Ouija board, okay, the spirit box is running. If you listen to that spirit box, my guides are telling me not to do it. So I've always just listened to my guides. When I was sitting trying to connect that day, I felt as if my guides were kind of angry with me. They didn't want me to do it, and I kept pushing for it to happen. So now, when I'm thinking about using it, I just always hear in my head, no, no. So personally, I don't use the Ouija board. I was going to get a guest on. He's called Mr. Ouija. His name is Brian Espich. He did teach me all about having to use the Ouija board and he shows you how to connect to it and things. But he always tells you use the Ouija board for one spirit only. He only communicates through the Ouija board to his gran and he never talks to any other spirits through it. And they have also got a key word and a key way the thing goes that and he'll not tell anybody else it. That way he knows when he's talking to his guides, his gran. So I would just caution any of you that you are going to play with the Ouija board. Remember, spirits do lie as well. Not everything they say you can believe, especially when it's coming through a board. So that's my take on it. Just be careful, and I don't use it.
yeah. No,
Sherry, would you like to add anything?
I'm not into the Ouija board personally
Oh,
myself either.
okay.
Um, how I look at it is I don't need to use an Ouija board because of my abilities already. If I want to pick up on something, I'll do that through using myself and using the tools that I use. I don't need to get an Ouija board to do that. And because I have quite a lot of direct communication with spirit anyway, it's quite easy to get a conversation going. So for me, I've never really needed to look in them side of things. I'm not saying if that's something you're into, do it, but do it correctly and do it safely because it's not a game, and they can be very dangerous. That's all I'm going to say. If you don't know what you're doing, it wouldn't be something I'd recommend you just go doing if you don't understand it. Get some knowledge, like Sister Drew said, and it doesn't always work for you. You know, every tool's different. It may not be working for you properly because it's not meant for you. Maybe your guides don't like you using it, like Sister Drew's ones. Personally, I don't think they really liked her using it
Mm-hmm.
because there's other ways she does it. So
Yeah.
Just have to
That's
learn
true.
to
Anna and
decide.
I was talking about that today. We were talking about the Ouija
Yeah.
board. Our mum was here as
Yeah,
well, and our mum had spotted it, I think, and she says, "Do you use it?" And I says, "No, I use it for to set my computer on when I'm
yeah,
Well,
on my lap."
my take on the Ouija board is okay, that's a divination tool like anything else. And also, too, like Sherry said, you have to know what you're doing. Okay, you'll hear people say they love them and use them all the time. You'll hear other people saying, oh, hell no, I don't want anything to do with it. Because you're going to get into trouble, you're going to get possessed, everything's going to go wrong. So it goes both ways. But the thing is yes, if you can't do it by yourself, it's probably your guides not wanting you to do it. If if you're going to use it with someone else to make sure that you don't have a trickster coming in, ask questions that you only know what the answer is. So see, I also do that. I don't use a Ouija board, but even with my pendulum, I'll ask questions first to make sure it's my guides that are in and not a trickster trying to slip in behind them, because sometimes they'll do that. So you ask questions, easy questions, like am I a boy? And if it says yes, then you know that's not your guide. You know, you have to know how to open it, but more importantly, you have to know how to close it. If
Yeah,
you don't close it, anything can come in. If you don't specifically ask for one person, to come in to communicate, you got to ask other questions. Make sure 100% that it's who you want. And
yeah,
if nobody is answering, don't mess with, don't, that's my opinion, don't mess with it, because once you open the door, any spirits can come in unless you're really good, that you've done it a long time, that you know what you're doing. If you're new, I wouldn't, myself, I would say don't even use it without someone else there that knows what they're doing. Okay,
yeah.
that's my opinion, that's just my opinion.
If you look at Kaylee's next
So
comment, sister, she's saying, "When I played with my mum, it was terrible saying I'm going to die, etc. But when I played with a friend, it said I'm not going to die." Kaylee, to let you understand that none of your guides are ever going to tell, and I've told you this when you told me this last week about you playing the Ouija board, I already told you this. Your guides are never ever going to tell you you're going to die, for one. It's not something that your guides would tell you. Your guides was more likely to tell you to change your lifestyle, make a change, do something different, go to the doctors, things like that your guides would tell you. I, in my opinion, have never came across any of my guides or any of the spirits that I work with that would ever tell me I was going to die. So to me, you've either been communicating with a trickster spirit, or I would watch who you play the Ouija board with, because when we used to play the Ouija board when we were younger, we all used to take the mickey out it, and we knew it was us that was doing it. And we always, when my big sister and things used it, they always tried to scare each other. And I'm not saying that that is your situation, that your mum's trying to do to you. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm just saying be careful who you do play the Ouija board with, because and
mhm.
watch what spirits you draw in, because spirits do lie. I
See,
would
and
just be
Kathy
careful.
said the same thing that we did, because any divination tool, whether it's the pendulum, whatever, you have to treat them all the same and know what you're doing, or you're going to be having others slip in that you don't know. And if you don't close even the
Yeah.
pendulum, you tell your spirit
Hi, Brother
thank you,
Louis.
for
hey Lou.
for coming in. Um, so who was it?
See, this
Oh,
is what
hey
we were getting
Louie, hey
back to
brother
about the Witchy
Louie.
101, guys. This is what we were getting back to about the Witchy 101. This is why we done it structured from the beginning. It's to teach us to learn, first of all, do you want to take this path? Then it was to make sure that you could meditate and things. Remember, you shouldn't technically be doing any spirit communication unless you know who your guide is that is doing this. Remember what we've always
Mhm.
told you, especially in my situation, it is not me communicating, it is my guides communicating with other sides. My guides are giving me the messages to give to use. But also, if there's spirits around me, I trust my guides to
Thank
bring
you,
in
Louie.
good spirits. Thank you, Brother Louis, to bring in the
Hey,
spirits that need the help. You need to make sure that you're. This is my opinion, guys, and the ladies might have another opinion. But I wouldn't communicate with any spirits unless I feel my guides are here, unless I know what guides I'm working with. I also wouldn't turn a spirit box on, play with a Ouija board or anything with anybody that I didn't know already didn't have guides, because they could have attachments and things that we could come through any communication. So me, as somebody that's been doing this for almost, what, 9 years, I would say to you, Kaylee, be very, very careful who you do the divination with. Try and connect to your spirit guides before you go any further. Try and find out who it is that's giving you those messages on the other side, and make sure that it's a spirit that you can trust, i.e., your grandmother, your papa, somebody like that, an old favourite uncle. I've got my three uncles who work with me, my three deceased uncles, so I know that they've got my back. So I advise you to do the same. Find out who those guides are, and that's what we're covering on Friday. So make sure you come.
Hmm. Yep. And like we say, ask questions, simple questions that only you know the answer, and then see if it's answering correctly or not.
Yeah.
Um, so let's see here.
So what's the one on Friday? It's about the.
It's about the trying to connect to the energies and finding out. Well, what we had down on our notes was the difference between dark energy and light energy, working with dark and
Yeah,
light,
that's
and
what I've got
explaining
for
a bit
next
about
this
that.
week. That's
Yeah,
what I've got.
and basically
Understanding
how.
the light and dark and how you use it. So yeah,
Yeah, so
Hmm.
it's basically trying to connect. Yeah,
yeah, and we can talk about the
Hey,
spirits because they very much link into that because there is a thing between the light and
hey,
the dark, isn't
Lunar.
there? And it's not all
oh
bad
yeah.
like people think it is. So
Hmm.
people just
Welcome,
view it
Luna.
differently.
When I
Yeah,
see like these paranormal
yeah, that's important to
investigators,
get that out there.
yeah, when I see like when I'm watching different paranormal investigators on on YouTube, and they're using the Ouija board, and they're doing their thing. All of a sudden, they hear something scary, or they hear a sound, and they get scared and run off. And I'm yelling, "You didn't close the board! You didn't close the
Didn't say
board! Go
goodbye.
back and close that board!"
Yeah, I do that as well.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same. I'm forever shouting at my laptop. They can't hear you, but you do get
Yeah.
really frustrated with it because it
Yeah,
is
definitely learn
ridiculous.
more about it, Kayla.
And I do agree with Sister Drew that if you're going to be working with them, anything, even communicating through like with yourself, with spirit or any tools or anything, like Sister Drew said, it is really important to have guides and people there for your protection and putting protection and stuff around you. I personally don't use or let anybody else use my tools. They're for me only.
Hmm.
And if they're wanting to do that sort of thing, then I advise them to do the training and to look into things
Thank you,
and
Phoenix.
maybe follow
Hmm.
people to try and understand about it before going into it. So
Right.
But you've got to remember you're working with energies, guys. Energy, as I was saying to Anna today, I've started to realise when I do my tarot readings and things, I can feel my guides behind me, and I always get the chills. That's my cue that they are here, if you like, is the chills that I usually get down the back of my
Hmm.
head. Usually, what will happen is I'll come into my witch room and I'll kind of meditate, I'll clear my energy, and then I'll say, okay, what guys want to work with me today doing these tarot readings? And usually, what I'll hear in my head is whatever guide wants to work with me. And most of the time, it is Hecate. Hecate will probably say she's got a really, really different energy from my family's energy, if you like. If it was one of my uncles, for example, she's got a different energy. She's got a more kind of respectful energy, if you like, is the only way to explain it. But always do that. That's what I do whenever I do any communication. I ask my guide who wants to work with me today. And if I don't hear anybody's voice, I'll say, Uncle Andrew, do you want to come in today and be my protector or something? Try and do things like that, and then you'll get used to communicating with the energies around you and the ones that's in your head and your guides and things. Just always remember,
mm,
if you feel a little bit awkward at doing it, start saying it into the mirror and things as if you're saying it to yourself, because your guides and things will know that the message is for them. It's just really try to get used to talking to yourself, if you like, you know.
yeah,
That's my opinion.
And
I
that
don't
is the
know.
biggest part of it. It is the understanding when you're getting the messages and stuff like that. But the more like you do it, you'll get to used to the different energies, and you'll know when
Mm-hmm.
whoever steps in the room. Like I don't have to physically call my energies anymore. I just say who would want to work with me today and wants to help me today, and they step forward. And I know when it's
Yeah,
Aura, Darius, when it's my aunt, whoever it is. I know by that energy.
yeah, I know.
So, but for you, obviously being new, you have to
Mm-hmm.
learn yourself to feel that, and you'll be like, ah, that's my nan, or that's my guide. You know, like my
Right.
angel or my fairy or whatever you're going to be
Yeah,
working with. You know,
Right.
yeah,
so
See, like
takes
me, I
time.
have I have six spirits that
I
work with
have a
me
lot.
since I was a little bitty kid, and so it's just a matter of if I'm doing the oracle cards and I ask my guides, to contact their guides. It's a matter of my guides do different things. It's like one is there for one thing, one is there for another. So when I call, well, depending on what I'm doing, it just
yeah,
depends. It will be that certain guide that pops in. Um,
yeah,
Yeah. But that's
so
what it's like with
it's.
me. I have quite a few guides as well on that, and they
Mm-hmm.
all know their titles. So if I'm sitting there with a pack of cards and I go, who's going to cut the people, the ones that do the card readings with me will step forward. You know what I mean? The other ones step
Right.
yeah.
back.
Is
Like so they're
Stephanie?
not.
Because see, this is where it's good because this is where it's different again, guys. These two ladies have got the gift from they were born, whereas I'm somebody that's only just starting to recognise my gift. I'm only just starting to embrace it, if you like. I probably have always had it, but as I was explaining to Anna today, society shuts your gifts down. I've told the sisters this already, but for the people that don't know this, when I was younger, my mum used to always tell me to stop staring at people. But thinking back on that, when I was staring at people, I could read them. I knew what was going on in their kind of life, if you like. When I was looking at somebody, I wasn't just looking at them, staring them through their eyes. When I was looking at them, I could see like different little energies. And as a kid trying to explain it, thinking back, I was staring at them for a reason. I was staring at them because there was something attracting me to them. But just because
Mm,
your mum tells you not to stare, people tell you to, don't listen to convert. So society closes your gifts down. But I think if I
Yeah.
hadn't had that, I would have probably been on a place right now where I knew what guide was coming in and different things. But I would prefer to know straight away what guide. I would prefer to ask what guide to work with. Like for some things, I'll work with Santa Marta. The serious things that I want done quick, I'll work with Santa Marta. The Hecate's here for to help me with the healing. She's here to help me with the prayers and things like that. So I tend to just work with them when I'm doing my spell work and my prayers and things. But any form of divination and going out the house, I usually call in my ancestors. That's when I'll start asking my ancestors to come with me. I'll start asking little Maggie, who's my little girl spirit guide. I'll ask her to come in case there's any kids there that's maybe lost and things. So you will get used to who's all around you. It's just a case of figuring out who it is.
Is
it
Stephanie in
is.
here? Lunar says hi,
Yeah,
Stephanie.
she
I don't
is. Yeah,
see her.
Steph. I did see her come in.
Oh, I
Hello,
didn't. I
Stephanie.
was like, well, hello, Stephanie. I don't know where you're at. I
I
was
haven't
looking
seen her
for
write
her.
anymore though.
Huh. Okay, so hey, Stephanie, wherever you are, I know she was
Yeah, she's
going to be
definitely in,
bowling,
guys.
have her daughter
Oh,
bowling,
there
and
she is. Look. Yes,
oh
I'm
yeah,
here.
yep,
There we
I'm
go.
here. Okay,
Hello,
cool
darling.
beans.
Oh, that's right. She's. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
her daughter was going to be bowling, and she was going to
Yeah.
be watching while she was bowling.
She's at
Okay,
bowling with her daughter.
okay, great. Okay, so yeah,
Oh,
so
thank you, Anna.
so I just been scrolling back. Oh, saying hi. Yeah, Stephanie, mine went out. Everything in here got fried on my plugs with that storm that came through. I spent the whole
Yeah.
morning rewiring, redoing everything. I finally had to run everything out of the room because none of the plugs in here work now. Run everything out of the room into the bathroom plug, and everything is plugged in the bathroom. Now, that bathroom I don't use for a bathroom. That's where the whole bathroom is filled with shelves with boxes for all my shipping stuff. So all I could do was just reach in there, turn the light on, and reach around and try to plug it in where the plug was. And I finally got it. But yeah, Stephanie, and we're supposed to get some really more some uh, bad weather. But we got it going, so that is good. Anybody have any
We
questions on
definitely
divination? Oh, I'm sorry, Sherry. Go ahead.
we will definitely talk to you a lot more about different divination tools and maybe things like that. I know like bits about things Sister Drew does, so does Sister Mystical. There's lots of like books and stuff I've got as well on different things. Like there's a lot we can learn you, and it's
Yeah.
interesting.
But the one that we're interested in tonight, guys, is these teacup readings, and I think I
Oh
better do
yeah,
it
the
pretty
teacup.
soon because it's going
Mm-hmm.
cold. Right, so I bought this way back. It must have been about 2 years ago, I think, ladies, was it not? And it's the
It
teacup
must have been.
readings.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and I've never ever really, I've always like kind of shied away from it, no sure whether to do it or not. But so tonight I've took the plunge, okay? And it's telling you what you have to do is you have to get like loose tea, do not split a tea bag up and put that in though. Get so I've used hibiscus. So your hibiscus, where is it? Oh no, it's not. It's hanging away.
Is it just loose leaves or the flowers or what?
Yeah, it's the leaves all crushed up. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's the hibiscus leaves. Wait, I'll grab one. I'll grab a bigger one for you. So it's the hibiscus leaves, okay? But I've tried to not
Oh,
put as bigger chunks in it. Is
okay.
this so? Let's see if we can do it. You ladies talk amongst yourself, and I'll fill my cup.
Well, now
It
I've
says,
read like coffee cups before, but it wasn't anything that I just always did. I had a friend that would drink coffee and stuff, and she would take a picture of the end of it when she got finished
Yeah.
and send it to me
right,
and ask me, what do I see? What do I feel? And I would do that, but I never really just took it up, to do it.
Yeah, but
and
Why
I've
I
not
read,
why'd
really
you
done it.
do
I
that?
find it fascinating, but I can't say
Hmm.
that I've ever tried doing the doing that sort of reading either. But I have noticed like where little tea bag bits fall, like leaves fall out, and they make weird shapes. It's just
yeah,
like,
read
oh,
that.
that looks like a tree.
Yeah.
So you
Hmm.
kind of just like you take what you feel from what you're seeing, really, don't you? It's no different to doing
Well,
your
it
card
says in
reading.
this you have to ask it the question, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically concentrate and I'm going to ask my guides to give me my message through the tea. So what question can I ask, guys? Let me think. Okay, just do a simple question. Let's see if the things that I'm feeling right now about my shopping things is correct. Okay. So you've just to put your energy into it and then you have to pour it into your cup. Okay. Give it a stir and then you have to drink it. And then what's left at the bottom? Good job, I like hibiscus tea, isn't it?
Now breathe in
If you
between,
just
Drew.
sit and
Don't
talk
drink it
amongst
all at
yourself till I
once.
drink this. Yeah, I won't drink all at once. I've made it
Oh,
pretty
that
strong
reminds me, I'm
actually.
out of water.
I have found that a lot of my gift is natural, and like I am here for a purpose. Divinization is just one of the things I have to do. Other things my guides inform me I am to learn about and do. Yeah, and they will. They'll do that a lot. And
That's
it's
a
good
bit
being
bitter.
natural. I'm natural and stuff. I've not learnt from others, so that's good.
Let's do that.
Hmm.
Right, okay, and it says here that what you have to do is once you've got it all in your cup, you have to turn your cup 3 times. One, two, three. You have to get your saucer. You have to turn it upside down. Then you have to turn it another three. One,
Hold it up so
two,
we can see what you're doing, Drew.
oh,
Hold it
three.
up so we can see what you're doing.
So I turned it 3 times there again, guys. And what you
Okay.
have to do is you have to then lift it up and you have to see what's left down the bottom.
Okay.
You could also read that as well, I think, but that's just really for your star sign. You have to pick your star sign. So my star sign's Taurus. So there's Taurus there. I'll read that in a minute. Right, so there's my cup there, guys. And what I have to do is I have to try and figure out, see how that one there is touching the moon, the other side here.
Hmm.
That's the one I have to read. Anything that is near any of the symbols is what I have to read out of the book. Okay, so right now I can see that one of them is touching the sun. Oh, sorry, the moon. It's touching that female thing inside. If you see here, the female bit right here. So the female, oh, and the male. So it's the female, the male, the sun, sorry, the moon, and a plus sign. So let's see what that says. We'll do the moon first. Let's see what it says when
Maybe
it says
something
it's touching.
romantic. Maybe something romantic's going to happen under the moon.
Oh, do not say that. Did you see my bloody TikTok?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for
Oh,
that second
oh,
child, the twin.
jeez. I was like, did you see my face? I'm, oh!
Yeah.
I just about lifted off my seat.
When it was rolling around
Right,
and it stopped on it, I was like, what? Two of them? Where's the second one?
I was thinking this better be grandkids.
Phoenix is
I'm
saying,
at that
just
dodgy
Drew, put
stage
the
of my
cup
life where
up
I'm getting the
close
hot
to the
sweats and
camera.
things come on. I'm 53. Right, okay, wait, I'll try and bring the camera down to you. Okay? Down, yeah. Right, so look, if you look at it here, Sister Phoenix, wait till we get to it right. So if you look here, we've got a piece of it touching the moon. This bit here where it's totally hidden, till we find it, is there's a kind of sign with an N upside down, like the kind of Nero sign, so we'll leave that there. So the Nero sign, the male sign, and the female sign, and the moon. So let's do the moon first. Did you get that, Sister Phoenix? Are you trying to read the signs as well? Right, let's see what the moon says. So basically, as far as I can gather, guys, you've just to kind of ask your question. So the question in my head I was asking, is the business that I'm trying to open going to take off, such as my little shop? So let's see. Right, there's the moon there. The moon says, let's see, oh, bloody writing in here again. Too small. The moon, your innermost feelings and most intimate relationships will be
Drew needs
important.
his.
Pay attention to your dreams and intuitive inspiration. I know I need to
Here,
learn that,
Drew.
please.
Here, Drew.
So that, so thank you, thank
Here.
you. So I have to keep an eye on my intuition and things. I'll need to put some right. So
I
that's
have to
that
use
one. I have
that
to
for
keep
my
an eye
oracle
on my
card
things.
reading.
I think I'm going to have to get one soon. So I'll have Christina taking
It's
the mick
definitely
out of me as
positive.
well.
It's definitely a positive message. So I'm thinking that maybe you're gonna have a male and a female inspiration or something that's gonna help you to.
Get that
Yeah,
second
Well, I think that
child.
something's
yeah.
gonna
So
happen.
I'll
You're
have to
gonna
look
do a
out for that.
certain type of reading or something that's gonna make you go off. I don't know why I get that.
Yeah, you're probably spot on, Sister Sherry. Right, and then we've got the Mercury sign. It's not a wee female; it's the Mercury sign. Communication, conversation, traveling, and knowledge. This should be social. This could be social, a lively phase.
That could be
Well,
happening.
technically, we are kind of like that right now because right now we're trying to teach a lot of people, so we are communication and we are having a lot of conversations. So that's
But your
spot on
trip
as
could
well.
be coming down here.
Yes, and I'm going to go see
Yes.
you in the next month or two. So, definitely. Let's see if it's maybe even gives us a
And
message.
that could
for that,
inspire
guys.
you a
Right, so we've
lot
got
for what
touching
you're
the
going to
moon.
do for your.
Maybe we're meant to go out in the moon and do a certain ritual.
Well, that's what we were going to do anyway, weren't we? We were going to
Yeah,
when I
so
start
maybe
when I
they're
was doing.
implying it.
Are y'all
Yeah.
going to
So
dance
that's a
under the
definite. We've got to
moon?
do
Oh
that.
yeah, we're gonna dance and bring candlelight, and we're gonna be like, yep, serenading the
Oh, yeah,
goddess.
definitely. We are going to definitely, guys, and we'll record it for you.
Don't do it in the nude so you can
Oh
upload
no,
it to
we're not gonna go that
YouTube.
far. I can't increase
No, I
my
don't
ass
think
off here in England.
You kidding? We've got some nice dresses. Why go in the nude and we've got some lovely dresses? Come on.
Why would you waste them?
Some nice
in the
makeup and
summer,
things.
maybe. If you was to walk in the forest, you'd
If
probably
you
get a scare of your life if you see Sherry in the summer. That's a different story. But winter, no, thank you.
if you do,
No.
make sure the undies match.
Well, it'd be
Emerald
black.
dress with my
It'd be
emerald
baby black
knickers
or
on.
white, wouldn't it? So there you
And
go. You just go with Milo.
everybody will be saying, now that's some true sisters.
Woo! I can imagine it.
I know Leah sitting over there watching us on the TV going, what the hell are they
Hell is
talking
he talking
about?
about?
No, that'd be good.
Oh, I better look at the chat now, see what it says. So Phoenix says, Drew, look at the
Right, so the
bottom of the
last
cup.
one
You
was
have an
Mars,
eagle that
guys.
is.
Okay, Mars, energy and assertiveness. Go for what you really want. So there you go, guys. Then I've got the answer I really did want out that there. I got the answer of the moon, which is basically I have to take my innermost feelings into consideration, which is really the fact that is that I've never done nothing with my life, really. And this being my kind of dream, if you like. So that's confirmation that it is my dream and I have to take action, was that moon sign. And then the Mercury sign's also kind of confirming with me that I'm on my right path. Communication, conversation. And that's what we're doing here in these podcasts. So that's also correct. And then the Mars sign is energy, action, and awareness. So if you think about it, I'm always quite hyperactive anyway. I don't really calm down unless I'm going to my bed. So I'm always like kind of energizing up and down all day long.
You're
So
probably
that's
in your
true,
sleep
true me.
jumping up and down.
I probably do. So that's accurate, guys. So me, I'm gonna definitely try and practice with this a little bit more, and I'll maybe even offer it as a little reading one day to
Oh,
somebody to try
Drew,
it out. Anna, come
Drew,
back down tomorrow. I'm doing a tea card reading for you.
Drew, before
Gothic
you put
suite.
those away, read Phoenix's comment. It says, Drew, look at the bottom of the cup. You have an eagle that is taken off
Eagle, that
that
is taken.
branch.
Oh, do you know something? I forgot to look and see if there was it. Oh, you're right. I forgot to look and see for anything I thought was a picture. If you look what Sister Phoenix is talking about, guys, if you look at this, the big blob
It
in the
does, yeah.
middle, it
It
kind of
does, yeah.
looks like an eagle sitting in a branch to take off.
Yeah.
You're so right.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Right, okay,
I
so
feel
there is
bad
another bit in the
if I
book where you
charge for
see that.
readings or spell work. To be honest, Gothic demoness, like it's very rare that I will charge for readings and stuff. And when I first started out, I wouldn't charge for readings, spell works, or anything like that. But you get to a point in life where it becomes like your career or your job. Okay, so it's not bad to charge for spell work and that. You don't have to charge extortionate prices like you see some people do. It could be a fair price. You can put extras and things in. A lot of people struggle with it, and they're like, "Oh my god, I used to be the same way. Oh, I'm not charging people." But what you got to remember is when you're putting your time, your effort into that working or that spell and stuff like that. So you are kind of doing a job, even though it's not. Like obviously for
Yeah.
your friends online and things like that, do them free if that's what you've always done. See, like I will read for my friends online and that for free. But if it's to do with like my business or my shop when I open it, then people will be charged, but they won't be charged a lot of money like what some
Yeah.
people do. You know what I mean? It'll be fair, and there will be extras in there anyway. Just you got to look at it that it's a job, and you're
And
taking
it's
your
your
Yeah.
time
energy you're
doing that.
using.
It's your energy, so you're not bad for asking for something.
Yeah,
And
because I want
you're
to
saying
address this.
you get a sort of a token anyway because they exchange stuff for you doing the
Yeah.
reading. So you kind of are having the payment in your own
Yeah.
way, but don't
Yeah, I
feel
want to
bad.
address
It's not
this
against.
too. Okay, so I want to address this too. Okay, so Gothic, when I first started reading cards, which was a long time ago, I felt like that. Like, okay, so it's a gift. People were telling me, well, it's a gift, you shouldn't charge. It's a gift, you shouldn't charge. You're blessed with it. Okay, so that stuck in my head for a while, but I never felt that that was right. Okay? For the reason of another friend also told me, you're not charging for the reading. Okay?
No,
You're not charging for the reading. You're
no.
charging for your time. You
Hmm.
took time out of your
Mm.
day You took time to learn how to do the cards. You took time to learn how to use your gift. You're taking time away from your family from doing other things. So you're getting paid for your time. So I started
Sure.
thinking, yeah, that's right. Because so many people will set up, they'll say, okay, I want you to read for me at such and such time. We'll set an appointment at 2:30. So for 30 minutes, you don't do anything prior to that because you're setting up your stuff, you're getting your mind in the right place, you're talking to your spirits. So if your reading's going to be 15 minutes or 20 minutes, you can pretty much look at an hour easy or longer, depending on what the reading is. So you're
Yeah.
doing all of this, and then they don't even show up for the reading, or they say, "Oh, I have to
It had to be
postpone."
3 times in
Okay,
1 week, remember? And I was cracking up. I was like, I'm sick of this 3 times.
yeah, that's what I'm
3 times it
saying.
happened to me.
So look at it as you're not charging for the reading; you're charging for your time that
Yeah.
it's taking to do that. And you'll feel a whole
Yeah.
lot different. The ones that were telling me not to charge, it's the ones that they kept coming back for me to read, 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 read. They didn't want me to charge so that they could get it for free. But if you
Well,
have a true friend like I had that said, you need to charge because you're putting a lot of time in your card reading, so you need to charge for your time because
Yeah.
it involves a
yeah, I
lot. So
get it.
after that, I started saying, okay. So I started seeing it completely different. And all of my friends that wanted me to do it and not charge, they never asked me again to do a reading because all they wanted was for just for free. They didn't care about my time. They could care less about my
Yeah.
time. They just
I had
wanted,
an
they
old
were just
friend
there
that
for
says,
them.
"Oh, Andrina, can I bring my daughter up for a reading?" And I said, "Yeah, if you want." I said, "You do know it's £25 each?" And she's like, "Oh, no matter." I says, "Right, no problem."
Yeah.
Whereas before,
Hmm.
because she has an old friend, I would have said, "Oh, come up and I'll do yous anyway." But I didn't this time. I thought, right, okay, no
Yeah.
problem. The reason, and Anna's in the
Yeah.
chat, guys. Anna was in my house today getting a reading. The reason that I
Hmm.
charge is because I'm trying to make a business. I'm trying to get to a stage in life where my spiritual stuff is the way that I live my life. I live my life with my spirituality anyway. So it makes sense that the job I want to get is to do with spiritualism. My ideal job is to have my own shop or my own little booth in Hamilton, which is the next big town. I want to have my own booth or my own shop that I can sit and do my oils through the back, maybe do a couple of readings a day, tutor about doing oils and things, like basically have my this wee witchy room, but it's a shop. If I could do it in West Mahago where I stay, I would do it. But we don't get enough traffic in our town to do it here. So that's the reason. That's what I want to do. So to me charging for my readings and my pouches and different things, my oils, is only because to me it's my job. And I didn't used to charge. I used to never charge anything for even my oils and things. But I spend any spare money I get, I actually do without things for myself to buy the stuff I need for my witchy stuff. So to me, if I'm doing without all the things that my little like, clothes and things that I need or little treats and things that I want to make my witchy shop better, then to me it's only right that I charge because I'm using my money to make things, so it's a bit of give and
Hmm.
take. If you look at somebody and if somebody's on the phone and you're like, oh, I really can't afford £25, Rena, could I maybe get the reading and pay you on payday or something? I would say, yeah, sure. But if they didn't pay me on payday, then I would just never read them again. So
Mm.
I just feel as if I'm
Hmm.
trying to give this a bit, I'm trying to give my business a chance. I'm trying to get out there and be be somebody that somebody could look up to and say, right, go and see Andrina for a natural remedy if the doctor stuff isn't working. I want to be that person that helps people, yes. So we'll see how it goes. But
It's
that's why
one.
I charge,
It's one.
guys.
Yeah, it's
That's
one
how I
thing to
am.
help. Yeah, it's one thing to help somebody. It's another thing to be taken advantage of. So you
Yeah,
have to make sure that you know where that line is. You
yeah,
know, because you also have to, as a business, you also can make money, but be fair. About it also. I mean,
yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's
me,
what I
like
said. Like, you
me.
don't have to do
Yeah,
big
because
prices.
Yeah, at the
Yeah.
beginning I used to do that, but I stopped because I'm like, well, that's okay if you don't have the money this week. When you're ready,
Yeah,
when you can afford it, I'll be here.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
that
Yeah,
simple. You
yeah.
know,
Mm.
but you
Don't get me
can't be
wrong. There's a couple
taken
of family
advantage
members.
of.
There's a couple of family members that I'll give chronic pain oil to. I gave one to Willie's auntie today. Like, I just usually give the little sample bottles for that though, and they tell me when they need more, and I'll fill it back up. So I do give away a lot of my product as well. There's quite a few of William's aunties that I give it to, the chronic pain oil, and I also give away sleep pouches and things to a lot of people. So it kind of justifies itself
Mhm.
because I do look after a lot of people that can't afford it.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think that's like the
Oh,
same for
thank
all
you,
of us.
Kayla.
We don't do it
Thank
because
you.
we're money driven or anything like that. If we could
Right.
do all that we're doing without having to use money, we would do everything free because that we
Mhm.
would. But
Yeah.
you can't get through life that way. We do need to make money to be able to keep doing what we're doing, and
Mhm.
we are
It's,
putting
it's
our
okay.
own money and our own hand in our pockets to make that happen.
Yeah,
So
because
Yeah.
it
that is the
takes a
only
lot.
reason we charge
Yeah,
is our
and
time, our effort. You know.
see, like on my channel, like with all the oils and powders and all that stuff that I have on Etsy, I'll show on videos how to do it. I'll show
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
to make them. Okay, and then you have the choice to make it yourself,
Yeah,
but you
Anna.
also have the choice if you want to purchase it from me, you can. So I don't feel bad about charging since I also show, how to do it. Because some people, they're just like, I just can't do it. I don't have access to
No.
get, all of the stuff. Which a lot of times, like I forge a lot of my stuff, a lot of it, but it
Yes.
takes my time to
And
go
petrol.
driving around, to find it. I have to research, all the time, what goes with water, what works with water, what I can use, and what's poisonous. So that also takes a lot of my time. So I
Yeah,
will show
definitely.
show first, I'll be like, okay, we're gonna make, Cleopatra oil today, and I'll show how to make it. And then I try to say, if you want to purchase it, you can purchase it off my Etsy shop, or you can hit me up on my email, you know, and we can, you can order it from me, through the email. Now,
Yeah.
as I'm
Sort it out.
saying that, if anybody does want to order any, make sure you put in the subject box that like you want to inquire about an oil or order oil or something like that, because I get five, six,
Yeah.
700 emails all the time, and sometimes I
It's
just see
terrible.
YouTube, and I'm just like deleting them because there's nothing in the subject box. So if anybody does order something, or they try to get a hold of me and they say, I sent you a message, you never did reply back, just send it again and
Order.
put something in the subject. Yeah, don't delete me or something, so that it'll catch my eye.
Important.
Yeah, because I just get bogged down all the time with, emails. So make sure it's something that, I'll see. But yeah, I always try to show them, how to make
Well,
stuff.
Gothic,
So,
that's good
Emails
as
are
well. That
crazy.
Gothic's saying sometimes she swaps things. Sorry, sisters.
oh, that's okay. What did you say?
Gothic's saying sometimes she's what? That's a good idea. Yeah. Like if somebody's
Oh,
not, in
yeah.
fact, somebody said, "Oh, I know what it was." Remember, the girl was making me my labels up, and I said
Yeah.
to her, "Tony, I don't know how much I'm supposed to give you for these labels." And she says, "Andrina, when I come over to give you the labels, why don't I just pick something out your shop?" And I says, "Perfect."
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So, do you want to know what the eagle says, people?
Okay. Yes.
Right, so okay. So there's all your symbols, okay? So I've picked the eagle. Did you say you thought it was an eagle, Sister Phoenix?
Yes,
Right.
that's what
The
she
eagle
said.
says an eagle, wasn't it?
An eagle on the branch, or flying off a branch, something like that.
Do you not think it looks more like the raven or the crow? Because there's the
Eagle.
eagle there.
Yeah, it does look like the other. Well, she did mention. Did she
The,
mention? Yeah, because she mentioned on
it
the
looks
branch,
more
so
like
it
that.
looks
Let's
more
bring the
like
camera
that
down.
one. Yes.
If you look at that, guys, look to find you. See these bloody well. It looks more like the
Yeah, it does.
It looks more like the raven, doesn't it? Do you
Yes.
agree, Sister Phoenix?
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Raven.
Right, let's read the raven. And that makes more sense because what's my spirit guide? The raven? Roger
Mhm.
the raven. So traditionally, birds are an omen. These birds represent worries and tension and are a warning to take it easy. You are undermining your health through stress. Well, that's not wrong.
Right.
I do take on too much, guys. Honestly, I do. So that does make sense to me right now because yesterday I was so busy I didn't even have time to go to the toilet. But there you go. So that makes a lot of sense for me, guys. So I would
Mhm.
recommend the teacup reading. Definitely, I'll do it again. One
Well,
night when
that's
we've
good
got,
because
I've just got to
I
say,
always
one night
wanted
when
to.
we've got loads of
I
time,
was
we'll
just
do it.
wanted
Right?
to. Yeah, I just wanted to watch you do it. I think it's cool.
See, you're supposed to
So,
do this as well. Do you see anything in this? Do you see anything in this, ladies?
I see a
I
dragon's
see a fish.
head.
You see a dragon's head,
I see
Uh
a
huh.
fish. I see a dragon. I see
Yep.
what looks like a wing.
and I can see a seahorse, which looks like a
Yeah,
seahorse.
Yeah, I
See, it's
think
things
that's.
like that.
Yeah.
Let me go, sis.
No, go ahead. I'm done. I was finished.
I think that's what you have to do, guys. You've just to look for the symbolisation in it. I
Mhm.
am a Taurus, so I could read the Taurus where my Taurus sign is here. To be turn it round. To where is it? Taurus. Taurus. I think Taurus is this one, isn't it? The bull.
yeah,
If I was to read that, then obviously right here it looks like a dolphin to me upside down. Do you see the dolphin?
yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
So
do see the dolphin.
So
Sure
technically, if I
do.
wanted to do that for
Mhm.
my star sign, I would look up the dolphin. So it's definitely doable. We'll experiment the next time we've got a night of divination again and we're doing tarot readings and things, right? We'll do a full one. Or Anna, as I said, come down tomorrow and I'll do your teacup reading.
Lunar's asking, are you guys doing readings tonight?
no,
No, we wanted good. We were just trying to explain a little bit about divination, Sister Luna. Is there anything you want to add about divination? Yeah, seahorse and a dragon, Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look
yeah,
up what
definitely
that
a dragon I
dolphin.
see there, and definitely, yeah, seahorse definitely looked like that
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah. Too Cool for
I'm
Banshee
curious to
also
see what the
says
dolphin's
dolphin.
going to say
Yeah.
because it's my star sign. Let's see what it says. The reading is, look at the writing, it's so small.
I'm telling you, get a magnifying glass.
Oh,
Christina
I'm
makes fun of
definitely
me
getting
with
one.
the magnifying glass, but I can't see the small print without it.
Well, I'm definitely getting one. Sis, either that or I'm going to have to go for glasses.
Hello,
It doesn't say
Christina.
a
I'm talking
dolphin.
about you. I'm talking about you too.
Yeah. Oh, there she came in as well.
Yeah.
She heard us talk about.
We're talking
Sorry,
about
Christina, we were
using
just
a
talking about.
magnifying glass. Yeah, talking about using a magnifying glass to read those things because it's too small in the books. I said Christina makes fun of me for doing that. Christina says it's fun to have a magnifying glass. Yours is just for a giant. Well, because I want.
Christina does that much crafting and things on her show. We were saying we were going to get Sister Rochelle, which is Mystical Love and Light, to put some crystals and things on our magnifying glass. Hide it when Christina's around, or it'll be jeweled
Yeah.
up.
Hey, she can. I have three of them. I have one in here. I keep one in the front room, and then I keep where I have a lot of my books that I write on, and then I have one where I'm doing all of my shipping.
Yeah, quite
I don't
right.
want to send the wrong package to the wrong person. Somebody might be wanting a fertility. Somebody might be wanting a fertility candle, and
Yeah,
somebody might be
wow.
wanting a money candle, and they're both
Or I'm
green.
getting rid of. Then you give them more. I'm trying to downscale my family. Can you make me a spell or an oil, please? And you give them the opposite. End up with 20
Yeah.
grandkids. I can't find dolphin, guys. I would need to look into it more. I think it goes in sections such as fish and things. But a dolphin's a marsupial, it's not a fish. I'll need to look it up, guys. I cannot find dolphin
I
in that.
thought that dolphins were some form of like mammal or something, aren't they?
Yeah, they're marsupials. Marsupials, it's
Yeah,
called. Not a
yeah.
fish, and it's not a mammal. It's
It's in
I only
between.
know that because I like
Yeah.
dolphins. Yeah. So,
It's
what do you
unique.
think of the teacup reading, ladies? Is it something that you would do?
Really interesting. I liked it definitely,
Hmm.
and it has always been something that's fascinated me because I have seen other people do it, but I've always been like,
Yeah. I think
like,
you could go
Yeah.
but
pretty
yeah,
deep with it. See if you, I only asked the one wee question, but I think if you had a multiple questions that you wanted to ask, you could do it through this. Because if you look at it, there is actually quite a few things
Hmm.
you could see in there. So
You
I
know,
would
the
just keep
thing
it.
the thing, Drew, is you couldn't do multiple ones because then, for different people, because then you would be bloated with tea, constantly drinking tea to do the
Well,
readings.
yeah. I
but I
think I
guess
would
you
need to
could
make
do
it.
it all down to so far and just leave a little bit of tea, and each time just swirl it around in the tea and just redo the thing.
Yeah, I think I made too much tea. I
Yeah.
didn't even drink it all. Next time I'll only make about half an inch.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Gothic would
think.
do readings if she wasn't cold. Oh, poor Gothic. Big hug, sis. Keep you warm.
Oh,
Yeah,
bless.
it's cold in a lot of places.
Yeah.
All of the, like Stephanie, all of the weather that Stephanie gets, because she's in
Okay,
Kentucky
Banshee.
and we're in Tennessee, but we're right on the border where we're at in Tennessee. So all the
Yeah.
weather she gets it first, and then it drops down, and then we get it. So everything she
All
puts
right.
out that she's gonna get, it always comes our way.
Well, over here it's saying it's 1 Celsius.
Yeah, Brother Lou, I read that. That's sort of high salt content's bad for you.
Yeah. Well, that
I did never know
the
that
salt
before.
the salt content, it calcifies your pineal gland, and so that's why a lot of foods have, well, that's a conspiracy thing, we won't go there because we don't go there, but yeah, it will calcify your pineal gland if you eat too much salt. We'll leave it at
We
that.
could say so
I'm trying to
much.
get monetized. I have to watch my p's and q's and dot my i's and cross my t's now.
Yes, we've got to watch.
Yeah, and I've learned you can't
Yes, be
cuss
very
within the
careful.
first
Talk
30
nice and
seconds.
polite. No swearing, ladies.
Well, if you cuss or swear,
Yeah,
it's
Sister,
well,
you
that's
only
need
it,
more
isn't
after
it?
the
The
first
control
robots
30
to
are always
deal
seconds.
with
listening.
your emotions. The omens promise to
All right.
protect you from danger. That's what a dolphin is, apparently.
Danger. Thank you, Sister Phoenix, for looking that up for me. That's interesting. See, if you look
Yeah,
tonight, everything's kind of revolving around the one thing. Because if you look what she's saying, the meaning of the dolphin is to do with your emotions, the omen of promises to protect you from danger. So if you think about it, what I'm always telling you, especially that I'm doing the daily tarot readings right now, there's a lot of watch who you work with, watch what projects you take. So that makes a lot of sense. That's what I've been
Yeah.
telling everybody. Just don't jump into things just because, okay, there's a new project, let me take that.
yeah.
Really think about what you want to do in life and go for it.
Time and research.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's it, Phoenix. Oh, that's what reminds
Each.
me, Sister Sherry, I'm posting your books out tomorrow, sis. Now you're home.
Okay, sis, yeah. No, that's cool.
You'll get them
Yeah.
posted
It
tomorrow. I
makes you
meant to
gain
say
weight
it
by
earlier and I
holding
forgot.
excess liquid in your body. Well, I'll stop talking about it now.
I'd
Yeah.
love to
I used
learn
to like
to do
talk.
tea leaves. I think they'd be quite easy to do. All you got to do is get the book and the
Yeah,
teacup or whatever and just learn. You don't even need a teacup like what Sister Drew's got. You could just have a normal little cup. And as long as you learn what the shapes and everything is,
I
You
think
match it
I'll
up with
got
a
that for
book.
£10. To be honest with you, I don't think it was expensive. I think I
well, yeah, but
paid.
even
I
then,
think it was. I think it was 11.99, and I think
see, like just
you
to get
get the
all of that
teacup with
beautiful
it.
set that Sister Drew's got, 11.99. It's not really
Yeah,
that much
that's
to
it.
pay,
There's the
and you could
box
do
in
some
case you
cool
ever
things.
see it.
Yeah.
That's
I
really good.
remember
There's
when
the
you
box in
did
case you
the
ever see it, but it wasn't expensive.
Yeah, I remember when you did
Sorry,
the
sis.
unboxing, and I was like, I remember when you did the unboxing on that, and I was like, oh, how cool is that?
Yeah,
I
it was
got
really,
those
really good.
hands at the same time, remember?
Mhm.
But I
Yeah,
figured
watch you do
out,
your
see that
unboxing.
hand that I've got? Well, this one, as it's this one. I figured out that hand doesn't mean anything. That's not a real hand for to read. This one is what
Well,
here.
we hope it's not a real hand.
I mean, the symbolisation on it, but this one's supposed to be the real symbols. So it's interesting. It's another form of trying to figure out who's all around you, I think.
Yeah.
Guys, you know
So,
me, anything to talk to spirits.
so Lunar saying when she gets her bad weather, then Stephanie gets it, then I get it, because it's all boom, boom,
Right.
boom. Cool.
Yeah, because of where
Okay,
he's a
so
place.
yeah, you don't need fancy cups. Yeah, and then that's what I used to do, like the coffee reading. I didn't really do coffee reading. I was just asked to read it every now and then for somebody, and that's what I would do.
Banshee.
I would just follow my instincts and see the shapes and see what my guides lead me to say, and whatever comes out of my
Yeah.
mouth, it was coming from the guides. You know what it was, and pretty much about 99% of the time, it was pretty much
Really?
correct. But
I
I
thought the
See, I
person
always
you're
say
tea
that.
reading for has to drink the tea. That's what Banshee says. I'm not sure.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
They
normally
have
I
to
would
drink
have
the
thought
tea.
it
They
would
have
have
to
been
ask the
their
questions as
energy.
well.
It
That
would
book
be their
says.
energy, wouldn't it? You wouldn't drink somebody else's
Yeah.
reading, would you? They have to do that, so you just tip it out and do whatever.
Don't drink the tea.
yeah, and see, well, and that's the way the coffee was. She would drink it, and then she would take a picture
Brother
of
Louis.
the cup, and then she would send me the picture for me to read it.
Brother Louis saying, useless talent, I can read your future with Quisarde. I don't even know what that word is.
With quesadillas. That's a Mexican food.
Quesadillas.
Quesadillas. Everybody say it. Quesadillas.
Casadilla.
Quesadillas. Is that those things that you hold and eat? Oh no, that's
well,
tortillas, isn't it?
that's a that's a
That's
tortilla.
a
I
tortilla.
say it's a tortilla. Lee says it's a
Tortilla.
tortilli. Lee says tortilli.
A
yeah,
tortilla.
quesadillas are good though.
Mr. Lee, you're as silly as me.
Okay, let's see here. It's coming to. We're fixing to get it. Looking at inch of snow on top of the rain and winds in fridge. Yeah, and that's what's bad because then it all freezes, and then you just got a
Yeah,
big old mess.
Over here,
big
it's
old
saying it's
fluff,
2 Celsius. It's
innit?
meant to be going really cold here as well. It's saying two
hmm
Yeah,
Celsius here.
Banshee, it says it in that book, we're not to use tea bags. That's what it says. Do not use tea bags. So they
Yeah, I
said don't
think
even
that's
to
what
rip a
Phoenix
tea bag
says.
open.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Phoenix
got to
says that
be
too.
got to be loose tea. They said that's not exactly loose tea. It is just hibiscus, but it works the same. But it was interesting. I
Okay,
think
so
that it was
Phoenix.
really interesting, and it was really on point to what's going on. So I like
hmm
that. I'll do it again.
But you know, everything you do pertaining to your business, if it's going to grow and all of that, it's always positive when it comes back. Always
Yeah,
on whether you know
definitely.
whatever the readings or anything is.
Yeah, for sure. Andrina, can you remember to
yeah.
ask your Oh yes, mystical or sherry. Could you see today when I was doing the readings, right? We figured out that Anna's mum. We figured out that Anna's mum is trying. There's some. I knew the minute that I
Is a
started reading it
spiritual
that she had.
being, not a witch. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
I
Go.
figured out as soon as I started reading Anna's mum, I felt the energy. I knew that she had some sort of gift. But the way that it went, I'm not going to expose everything, Anna. The way that it went was that I felt as if she had gifts that she had kind of closed down. Um, and I feel as if going through with the tarot reading that there was somebody wants to get her a message and she's just not hearing it. So I've advised her to try and tune back in to open her gift back up. But Anna said that the spirit, it was her friend when they were younger had died, and that the friend had came to Anna because she said the mother was too closed. She wasn't hearing the message. So there's confirmation of what the tarot cards were saying as well. But
hmm
I had said to them about yous two guys, I had said maybe tonight when we're live, yous could tune in and see if yous could hear the message that's meant for her. So I didn't know if yous could maybe tune in to Anna and try and hear the message that's trying to come through. You would maybe need to go into a video call where though to do it. I don't know if you could do it on the live.
Why couldn't we do it on the live?
Well, it's up to you. I know you probably could if you wanted to, Mystical. That's how I had mentioned it today. I know you can tune in.
Well, do you have it where you can play it right now?
It's Anna in the chat.
I
Her mum,
know.
her mum. There's a message. There's a message that one of the spirits are trying to get to her mum. It's an old
So
friend, I
you're wanting us
believe.
to pick up on Anna's energy, is
See
what
if
you're
you
saying?
can, yeah, see if you can pick up an Anna's energy and see if you can hear the message that's trying to come through for her mum. I don't know if Anna would need to come up on screen or no, though, to try and tune in.
Well, she shouldn't have to come up on screen if she just thinks about it, keeps it in her
Anna,
head.
if you think about it, you think about that person and try and see if there's the message, and then Sister Mystical will try and tune in on you, so we'll share it.
So right, let's get this right. So who's the person that you're trying to reach out to in the spirit
Right,
realm?
Anna's
Anna.
mum. Anna's
Anna's
mum.
mum's in the spirit realm.
No, Anna's mum's alive, but a friend who used to be here in this world has now deceased. But the reading today was going along like the mum's closed off, and that there's spirits there just
Right.
waiting to get to tell her messages. Her name is Anne. The lady's name was Anne. If that helps you, Zena. But
And
she's thinking of her
already,
now.
already, I'm picking up where it's a health issue that she's trying to reach out to her to give her a message about her health.
That's what I'm
Right?
getting through the candle movement and that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pertaining to her health, and she's trying to get her to maybe get checked out, or maybe her mom knows about the health issue but she's not saying it, or in denial that she needs to pay more attention to. But I
Right?
feel like it's a
Feeling
health
I do
issue.
feel like pain. I don't know why I'm getting pain like in the sort of the stomach area, and I'm getting something to one of the groins.
There you go, Anna.
And
So
See,
yeah,
she's
they
today,
definitely want her to seek
mm-hmm, it's a health
medical
issue.
help, definitely. And she's just been trying to reach out to give that message over, but obviously you're not clearly seeing what's being said.
yeah. Brother Louis saying like a hernia, maybe. Yes, pain, but mostly her neck area. There you go.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah, because
feeling
that's
pain.
what. See, when I was reading their cards today, that's all I could pick up. I mean, usually you know yourself what a reading goes like. Usually you've got your 5 cards, and then you've maybe got 3 or 4 on
Pain
top
neck
of each
area.
row.
So she's
But with
got pain in
Anna's
the neck
mum, it
area,
was
but
really,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But
Oh,
you
she
got
does
to
have a
she
hernia
remember,
has
too.
a
There you go.
hernia. Well, I was feeling a pain in my stomach area, so that would make sense. So maybe
but
you
you
need
gotta,
to.
Yeah,
yeah, Anna, she has to remember too, the way the body is constructed, if you have pain in one place, it doesn't necessarily mean that's where the problem is.
sure.
The the like your feet, your bottom of the feet, will control a lot of different parts of your body depending on,
Yeah,
what part it is.
this
Yeah,
So
is what I was getting. This was what I was
even though
getting.
if she's feeling pain around the neck, she needs to get checked because it could be something else in her body. I don't want to point out any certain place. I'm just knowing that it's a health issue that she's trying to get across, and to say she needs to get like a physical, or if there's anything that she knows in her head that just doesn't feel right, she needs to get that checked out before
yeah,
it gets
definitely.
on, because her friend is trying to tell her before it gets too far along.
Too
Yeah,
bad. That's all
and
I
so
could pick up
they
today
give off
with her mum.
they give
Yeah,
different things to different people as well. Obviously, like for you was getting the health. Yeah, I was getting the health, but I do feel the pain. I get
Mm-hmm.
the internal, so I can say when I'm feeling it. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
mean that one of them areas are a problem area, but it is symbolising there is pain, there is a problem going on.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely. And I do feel like when I'm sitting here as
is
well
your
that
mum here,
she's
Anna?
saying
Yeah, I
about
think
you
her mum's
looking after
listening.
yourself as well, Anna.
Mm-hmm.
She's saying about you looking after yourself as well. Because
There you go.
You're doing a lot of running around after her, aren't you? Because this is what I'm being shown, that you're doing a lot of running around, but you need to be looking after yourself as well to keep doing it. So
There you go.
there you go.
Okay.
Hope
Yeah,
that helps.
Joanna
definitely.
said she is
That'll
on
mean
it.
a lot to you. Yeah, that'll mean a
You're
lot to you.
welcome. You're welcome.
Brother Louis said sometimes neurologist nervous disorders can cause different stuff. That's true, yeah,
Mhm.
that's for sure.
Yeah,
Mhm. So it
your brain
says,
is a very
I know when
powerful
I
thing
start,
and can do many things.
they're already
Many.
got that. Yep,
So
no
you're very
problem.
you,
welcome.
I told you they would be able to
you're
tell you.
welcome.
I said that today. I says, oh, I've got sisters that'll be able to tell you.
See, she has confidence in us, and we have confidence in
Oh,
her.
yes, I've got full
Oh, and I
confidence in her.
wanted to say when
I
I
know my
said,
sister.
yeah, and when I said, everybody play this back a little bit afterwards, and where I said she's a spiritual being, not a witch, look at Sherry's face. Sherry rolled her eyes back at me. She's like,
We always do it. She's a spiritual being.
and check out her face. Freeze her face right there.
Christina,
Yeah.
I'm going to scalp your bum.
She's
Christina
a
says,
witch.
although I'm thinking I have to stop smoking, I walked up the train stairs today and half a block and I was out of breath. I was like, Lord, well, stop bloody smoking, lady.
Yep.
And I've got the cheek to talk because I smoke, but
Yeah, so do I. So
welcome to the spirit. Well, is there
All I
anything
can.
else you want to tell us, guys, or talk about? Because that is us at the hour and a half, Sister Mystical.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anybody got questions? Anything else? Anything at all? Because where they're okay, 7:40, 8:40, 9:40, 10:40, 11:40, 12:40. I can count. It's 12:40 where Sherry and Drew is at.
What are you
yes,
going
Good
to do if
thing
I
I
chop your
didn't need
fingers
my
off?
toes. Huh?
What
What?
are you going to do if I chop your fingers off? Use your
I
hair
have
thank
scissors.
you, Anna,
toes.
sweetheart. We're really glad
I
that
have
we all can
toes.
help you, and we hope that that's helped you a little bit more. You're very
True, you
welcome.
have
Yeah.
toes.
You're welcome, welcome,
That's what
No,
welcome.
we're
you're
all
very
here for.
welcome, Anna. They're actually lovely people. See, today I had them in my home, and they are beautiful souled people. Her and her mum have got such amazing, lovely energy. It was a pleasure to have them in my house today. That's the truth. I didn't even need to cleanse.
There you
Exactly.
go.
And that's really good.
Yeah.
That's a good reading when you ain't got a cleanse after, believe me.
Yes.
Yep.
You sure you can count? She's saying, Christina.
Big hearts.
Oh, you're very kind.
You are very welcome, guys. This is why we're here. We're here to help you all. We're here to try and let you see that witchcraft isn't a bad thing. Spirituality and things is only really us tuning into our inner selves and the energies that's around us. So anything that I can do personally for anybody, don't be shy in asking me because I'll always try my best.
What we do is all about tuning
Mhm.
in. It's tuning in and believing and
Yeah,
trusting in what you're getting and what you're seeing.
Mhm.
That's what
that's
a lot of
it.
this is.
It
Yep.
really,
Be
really
kind to
is.
other. Be kind to others, and it will
Yeah,
always come back.
definitely. Hope to
Yep.
be part of your coven. Oh, definitely, sweetheart.
Definitely, Anna. As I was saying you today, the reason that we say clan is because we are all equal. We've all got different faiths. We've all got
Mhm.
different ways of doing things. So we're a clan. We're not a coven. Everybody, one of us is all equal. There's not one of us is higher than the other. Even to the
No,
junior girls that's trying to learn, they're
Mhm.
equal the same as us. Everybody has to start at the beginning. So you're welcome anytime,
Yeah.
Anna, to ask questions. Come into every live stream. We are live on a Friday night at 11 o'clock. This week it's my
Sister,
channel. Next week it'll be Sister Sherry's channel. So you're welcome to come in.
Sister Drew does have like a I think it's a WhatsApp chat thing or Facebook thing. I know that Phoenix did put that in the
Yeah.
room. Just click on the links and we're in there. You can come in and
Come into the
Yeah.
clan group. Yeah, we've got the clan
yeah,
group on
yeah.
WhatsApp. So definitely come into that, guys. And remember, males are welcome in that, Brother Louis. I know you've no time just now, but remember the link is there for when you want to come in,
Always.
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm
And I'll
trying
put
to
that in
find the
Thank
inside
link
you.
as
really.
well.
I'm trying to find the link really quick. I'm
Could
backing up to
somebody just
Phoenix's
post the link for
messages.
the WhatsApp thing
Sister
again for us
Phoenix, can you
quickly,
put it
Angel?
back up,
Oh, I
sis?
got it. Yeah, it's
Phoenix.
here.
Oh,
See
there it
it?
is. Yeah, look,
Yeah.
that's what you
Thank
can
you.
get Drew
These
and
are
get
all
all of us.
welcome to come into the WhatsApp Witchy 101, guys, where we can all communicate
Mhm.
and get to know each other a little bit better, ask
Yeah,
questions,
join that show as
anything
well.
at all.
Definitely that show as well. Yeah, which you want to one every
Yeah.
Friday at
Mhm.
11 p.m. UK time.
Yep.
So,
We're
what
either
about
on my
Friday,
channel
Sister
or on
Sherry?
Sister
You
Drew.
doing your meditation? Do you want to do your
One,
meditation on Friday, maybe
what
about 10?
what I was thinking is doing it an hour before the show. So if I went on, say, like 10 o'clock, 10:15, something like that, go on, do the meditation, talk you guys through it and whatever. And then we can go
That would
off
be
and
perfect.
like sit and chill for about 10-15 minutes. Then the show will be on, won't it? So everyone will
That
be
would be
prepared.
great, guys. And the reason I want you to meditate is because when Friday night, when we're trying to explain to you how to connect, it's better to be in that kind of meditative state because then you hear the messages a lot more clearer. So, like when you're running about your daily life, you're not get time to really focus in on what you're hearing. So that's why I always recommend that you kind of either meditate or really try and get chill out time before we go live on Friday, and then you'll hear the messages a little bit more clearer. And tell us what you
Mhm.
feel in your meditation when you come up.
Yeah. And just remember to do it at a level that is comfortable. But I will explain all of
Mhm.
that when we do that. Because obviously we do want you to
Yeah.
feel more connected for Friday's show because it is about connection to yourself. It's about learning about the light and dark and how it works in your spirituality, stuff like that, being connected, you know
Mhm.
what I mean? So it'll
And
be
then I'll
very
pop
vital.
Sister Sherry's channel in the chat, guys, just in case none of you have
Yeah.
got it.
Hit the link, guys, if you haven't got it.
Let me get her channel up for you.
And don't forget to hit Sister Mysticals because if you're new and you've just come in here, if you've not supported her, please support her. And obviously Sister Drew as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, remember to smash the like button, guys. It does mean a lot for the algorithm.
Yeah, it does.
I
Right,
know
okay, this
Louie does because Louie always says, "I get hit a like." Like, cool, cool,
is
cool,
Brother
cool,
Yeah,
Louie
Lou's
always
baby.
brother
hits
is
like.
awesome. He's one of our number one fans, aren't you,
He's
Lou?
amazing.
Yep.
He's a
He's
Yep.
good
Brother
brother.
amazing.
Louie.
He's amazing. Known Lou
Yep.
for a long time now.
That is the chat. That is the link to Sister Sherry's PWI channel, guys. That is where the meditations are all on that we all use. So please go over to Sister Sherry's channel, even after this live. Have a little nosy around because she's got loads on there, guys. She's got a lot of meditations. She also shows you how to connect and things. So go over and have a blast on her channel and have a nosy around. Same with Mystical's channel, have a little nosy around. And mine's
Thank you,
too, but a lot of you have
Christina.
already
We
been
got
in
our
mine's
Witchy
little.
101 videos.
So
If you
go
have
have a
missed our
look.
shows, because obviously some of you've just come over today, we have got a Witchy 10 show, 101 shows in the playlists on my channel and on both ladies' channels as well. So you have got
Mhm.
all of
Yeah,
that
check
you can
them out.
find as well. Yeah,
Mhm.
and you've got you've all on my channel. You've also got like a massive playlist with like different things to do with witches and all that sort of stuff. So it learns you about protection and all sorts. So and then you've got the same on
Yeah.
these sisters channels as well. So you can get a lot of info going through our playlists.
Yep.
Thank you for
Definitely.
putting the link
Yep.
back up,
Always,
sis.
always
Thank you,
subscribe to
Chris.
everybody. We want we want the chat to feel comfortable
Yeah,
in sharing to all of us. We're not the kind of people that are like, oh, don't subscribe to her if you're subscribed. No, you
no,
subscribe to
all of us.
everybody.
Subscribe to
We come as a
everybody.
free.
Share,
We
No
come as
goes
a
share
free.
one.
that love. Everybody,
We come
share
as a
that
free.
love.
Yeah.
We're all
Yeah,
like,
works
yeah,
all round.
Well, we don't come as a free, but we are a free on the panel. But we've got a massive load of sisters and brothers. But yeah,
yeah.
there's the three of us you see
Yes.
here.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we all
Yeah.
have a lot of information on our channels, so go through them, hit them playlists. And if you're bored at night and ain't got nothing to do, you can hit the playlist and just binge watch
Yes.
all
Yep.
the
That's what I do
deals.
with
So
Mystical Channel every night in life, guys. I sit and binge
I
yeah,
watch.
do
I
it with
can probably
do
tell
it
every
with
video
sister
on our
and I do
panel.
it with sister Christina as well. And I have started doing it with sister
yeah,
Luna, and obviously I do sister Drew.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
we'll do.
did,
We need to
I
do it with
did Chris,
Christina.
I did Christina's the other day. I hit the playlist before we went to bed, and I
I have
told
about
Lee, I said,
four
I'm using
panels of
your
YouTube
phone,
open.
huh?
Yeah.
What?
I normally have about 4 panels of YouTube open, and then each
Oh,
channel's up, and I just leave it sitting there. Just wants to be open.
yeah.
Keep
Yeah. So,
Kelly, I'm not on Etsy right now. I've
oh,
shut my shop down on Etsy. They were charging me a fortune for things that I wasn't even selling. With Etsy, to let you understand, with Etsy, you pay 60p for every listing. So if you're not selling anything, you pay 60p a month. So if you're not selling anything, that's not long and adding up. So I had to close it down. So it's closed down just now, my Etsy shop. But anything that you
mhm.
want, guys, the pictures are all there on Facebook. They are also on my channel, and I do all the usuals. Anything that you want, really, just ask me if you're in Britain, and I'll probably be able to do it, or I'll ask Sister Mystical or Sister Sherry how to do it. So don't be shy in
Mhm.
asking me for anything you want.
Yeah, I run channels and playlists on my phone, and then I tell Lee, I need
Yeah,
your
do
phone.
you
I
find
need to
that
run
way,
videos tonight. And he's like, okay.
Christina's, I've been running Christina's a lot as well.
Yeah.
Try to get her there. Try to get everybody up
Yeah.
there, guys.
Been
Did
doing all of you as best as I can. If you don't click off, then I go to the next
yeah.
person. It's just the
Yeah.
four of them.
Drew, this is
Kaylee,
a
I'll get
message
you
for
up
you,
one day and
sis.
you can come up and spend the afternoon with me. We're just
Drew, did you
waiting
see the
on Willie goes
message?
back to work either. In fact, he's not. I think he'll be going back to work probably Monday. So when William goes back to work on Monday, I'll get you up for the day and you can have a nosy around my witchy room with me, okay? And I'll anything you want, I'll just sit and make it up for you when you're here. We'll have a little
Drew,
witchy
did you
afternoon together, okay?
Oh yeah, nothing
Drew,
better
did
than a
you see
witchy
the message?
afternoon.
That message
Yeah.
is for you, Drew. You read it?
Yeah, I read it out. I've not got
Okay.
my Etsy shop up and running right
Yeah,
now.
they do,
Okay.
Kayleen. They do charge you. I went and done Etsy because I was told about it, and
Bad.
I found it really complicated for me. And they were charging me 60p per listing thing, even though nothing was on it.
Yeah,
So
I'll
yeah,
definitely test it for you. Kayla, not a problem. We actually
Let's
met
see.
today. Kaylee and I stay in the same town, guys, but we've hardly ever met. So today, when I was in the shop and I seen her go past, I shouted, Kaylee! And she turned around, she's like, Andrina! So I gave her a big hug, didn't I? She's like, I got a fright there.
wow.
Well,
So we
that's
actually got
cool.
to meet today. Yeah,
Huh. Well,
Do you know
that's
it's the best
cool.
thing in the world when you meet your fans, isn't it?
Hmm.
And people that
yeah.
like
See,
like you.
since I don't hug, I would have been like, "Hey, hi," from
Hi!
across the
Stay
street.
there!
Stop!
Hi!
Stop!
I
Down!
had it happen to
Down!
me I had it happen when I was out getting Christmas presents in Poundland, and I walked in there, and the girl at the counter serving me just like looking at me and that, and I was like, "You okay?" She goes, "Loving the way you look." So my thing. Right, and I was like, oh, brilliant. And then I got into talking about paranormal. She goes, I already know who you are. She goes, yeah, you're paranormal world investigators, aren't you? And I was like, she goes, I'm one of your fans. I was like, oh my God, really? I
Oh,
was as excited as she was, like, because it was like, what?
Yeah.
Really? So you don't really
I
expect to
did it
hear that, do
walking
you?
through Tesco with Alan's mum.
Yeah.
I was walking
That's
through Tesco
cool.
and Alan was with his mum. Alan that goes out investigating with Ghost Squad Scotland. And I was just walking through Tesco down the street and all I heard was, Andrina, is it really you? And I turned around and it was Alan and his mum. And she's like, oh, Andrina, thank you so much for that video you did at my husband's grave. It meant so much to me. And I was like, you're very
Hmm.
welcome.
They
Oh.
do. They do come out to you. They're like, oh my God, you're so cool. And like, thanks. And
Yeah.
it's just like, wow. Like,
I
yeah.
thought,
Yeah.
You know,
it
you're doing
made
it
me
right
feel
when they
good.
come up saying, oh my God,
Hmm.
I'm one of your biggest fans. It's just
Yeah.
like,
Well, because your first instinct is if they even say your name, you're like, who is that? You know, is this somebody
Yes.
I need to be leery of? You know, somebody stalking me? And then they say who they are, and then it's like a whole different thing changes.
but it
Like,
was a bit
oh,
like that
oh,
when she done it
Oh,
because I come up to it and she was just like looking at me and smiling. I was like, "You okay?" She goes, "Loving
our
what you're
big
wearing."
godson hitting the
So
tables.
me, and I was like, "Oh, brilliant!" So you like
yeah.
the same way as me? She goes, and then she was sitting there talking and that. I said, "Well, my name's Sherry." She goes, "I already know who you are." She goes, "You're on Paranormal World Investigators, aren't you?" She goes,
Hmm.
"I am one of your biggest fans." I was just like, I kept a queue behind me for about 20
Yeah,
minutes. I didn't leave the counter because I was
it
walking away. I think I worked getting really peed off.
does give you a
Yeah.
little bit of a boost. I'm taking a hot sweat again, guys. I'm at that age, sorry.
Yeah, I've noticed
But
you
it does
getting your
give you
coat
a
on
little
and
bit
off. I
of
was
a
like, 1 minute
boost.
she's getting dressed for warming herself. Now she's unscripting again. Oh, now she's back on again.
Yeah,
It's
back
a
out tonight. Look,
Drew, it's okay. You're like that. Leah's like that. He's like, one minute he's cold, the next minute he's hot. I tell him, you're going through menopause. He's like, why am I so
Yeah.
hot? I just told you, you're going through menopause.
She bloody see me with
Menopause.
my makeup on. Was nice to meet you today. Are you meeting me tomorrow with my oils? I can't remember
Yeah, I'll
if I
definitely
asked
come down
already because
tomorrow. Yeah,
of my memory.
yeah, I'll
Oh, I don't
definitely.
think she
I need
would have
to
been
go
bothered you
down to
didn't have
speak tomorrow
makeup on,
anyway, Kayla.
sweetheart.
Don't worry about it. I didn't have any on either. I very
Yes,
rarely use
good.
wear mines these days.
Best feeling ever when you bump into your fans, people that like you and
Yeah.
that. No matter how you look.
It
Everybody's
doesn't matter
beautiful,
how
right?
you look.
We're all
Just
Everyone's
human.
beautiful.
whoever you bump into. It doesn't matter how you look. Say, oh, I wasn't expecting to see anybody. I was wearing this because I was cleaning my house. So that way.
Even if it's your Sunday best.
Yeah, yeah. I was cleaning my house. I didn't know I was gonna run into anybody.
Oh, I only nipped out for bleach.
And they're like, "Oh, it's okay."
I don't think people are really bothered what you look like when you meet each
Exactly,
other and that
Kayla. You were
they're so
perfectly fine.
fascinated and so taken by the experience they don't care what you look like. It's just the point they've got to see you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. You could say those instances if you were worried though that you was cleaning the house. I was going out
Yeah.
for bleach.
I just
I
ran
was
out for
you
bleach,
know
guys.
She said, "I don't want to have to worry about running into people because my analytics say Canada region is the biggest that watch me, so I have to go to Canada to bump into my
To bump
fans, I
into
guess."
people.
if
Yeah,
they
I don't
come
have
unless they
any.
come to you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, that's it. You never know,
You never
Christina,
know.
who you bump into.
Never know.
You're in New York.
yeah.
Yeah.
Most of mine is international, I think, except for a
See, that's
few.
funny that, yeah, most of mine's is Canada and see if you go, no, that's TikTok, and you know that's no YouTube. TikTok breaks it down to the actual town
Are you
that's in.
leaving, Banshee? Are you leaving?
Bye,
Bye.
Bye for
Banshee,
now,
sweetheart.
Banshee. We're just going anyways. Well, sis, my teenager was down for to get his supper, so that's
Lots
my
of love.
cue.
Yeah.
Eh,
But yeah, this time it works a whole lot better for me because at 4 o'clock time, it's like trying to feed the stray cats, trying to feed the puppies, and trying to get Lee something, so that he can hang in there till I get off of the live. So it works a whole
yeah.
lot better because I get all of that done, and then I
The
can
reason we done
come
it for
back to
nine
you.
o'clock was because Lars was with us when we
Yeah.
started, remember? And Lars is
Mhm.
working the next day, so that's why we always went out at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So that Lars could join us. But doesn't really come into the live streams anymore up on panel. Sometimes she'll pop into the chat and maybe
Yeah.
watch us and things, but she doesn't come up on panel very
Okay,
often. So
Christina, sis.
that's why we changed it to
Well,
this
I hope
time,
that your
guys.
new job's going really well, sis, and that it's
Mhm.
going really good. And yeah, get some rest. You're going to be needing it if you're
Yeah,
working.
definitely get some rest. And I liked your candle video today. You've inspired me to
Yeah,
do my candles now.
really cool.
I'll need to give it a
Yeah.
go.
Okay, so everybody, we're gonna let you go so that we can also get off and I can go to the front room and thaw out.
Your
And
tootsies, my toots are freezing as well.
I
My
was in here
tootsies.
the whole day trying to get all this stuff rewired to begin with. My hands
All
are
right,
like
we ain't getting
ice
next to the fire.
cold. So I
Just
told
put
Lee
one
to
of the
keep him.
puppies on your knee and you'll be nice and warm. Because the
No, it
puppies are
would
getting
be
big.
the puppy would be like holding it like this.
Well,
So
that's what I was going
there
to
can
say.
be.
Are we not about due an update on the puppies? We've not had a video for a
I
while.
I mean the puppy's already 30 pounds. It's just turned 3 months old. It's
Yeah,
already
big
30 pounds.
puppies.
Not very small
So,
ones by the sounds of it.
They're
no.
beautiful puppies, guys.
Okay,
Beautiful.
so everybody, we're going to say thank everybody for coming in. We had a great time with you. Um, always, and any of our lives, if you have any questions or anything, just ask us and we'll try to answer the best we
Yeah.
can. So we will say to everybody good night, good
Good night,
evening,
everybody.
Bless
wherever
you.
you're at in the time. So we're going to say bye and we're going to end the live. Thank
Merry
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Christmas.
See you on Friday, tomorrow
Yeah.
night, 11
Don't miss
p.m.
it.